So I'm 16 and I'm sitting in my friend Akriti's living room, and Akriti is going on as she so often does about how she was getting hit on all of last night. And usually I'd pay a little bit more attention, or at least I'd be kicking my other friend Preksha under the table. But all I can think about is how sad I am about tonight. And I look to my friends and I say to them, hey guys, it's almost 6. It's time for me to head. And they're like, no, you must stay. Everyone's gonna come for the sleepover. And I say to them, you know my parents won't let me. And then walks Akriti's mom. And she's like, hey, do you want me to speak to your mom? And I was like, no, she hates it when I do that. So I just borrow her phone and I call her myself. And as the phone is ringing, I can feel my heart beating out of my chest. I so want to stay. And she picks up the phone and I was like, hey mama, can I please stay for the sleepover? And she was like, no, Neeyati, you know it's not in my hands. Your dad's gonna come pick you up soon. And I'm like, please, I'm begging you, please let me stay for the sleepover. All of my friends are coming. And she's like, your dad's already on his way. Can't do anything. And immediately I want to cry. My heart drops into my stomach. And all other 6 of my friends have now arrived. So the mood is quite jolly, except for me. So my friend Gayatri comes up to me and she's like, hey, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I'm sad. I'm going to leave and I'm not going to be here for the sleepover. And as I'm saying this, lo and behold, my chariot has arrived outside. As soon as my dad is pulling up, Gayatri runs to the car and goes, hi uncle, can you please stay for the sleepover? And he just goes, no. So I get in the car, is so defeated, I'm so sad, and something comes over me. It's like this jolt of energy, and I suddenly muster up all the courage I have to be like, in my best sweet girl voice, I say, hey papa, can I please stay for the sleepover? I never get to sleep over. All my friends are here. Please, please, please. And I'm not really expecting anything to change at this point. I'm used to how it goes. But then he stops the car and he says, go. Go be with your friends. And I know he's mad, but beggars cannot be choosers. So I'm going to take what I can and I'm going to run with it. And I do. I literally run to my friends. And everyone's still outside, and everyone's so jolly. And now I'm jolly too, but not for too long. As soon as I go there, I burst into tears. Because I'm just sad about the fact that my dad's going to be mad at me when I go home tomorrow. But my friends are like, just live it up. Let's be in the moment. We'll be good. And I really try to. And now we're back at Akriti's living room. And we're talking amongst each other. And then suddenly she says, the spirit that watches me shower just walked in. And immediately my mouth was like, girl, what? What are you talking about? And everyone's like, Akriti, like, you're being crazy. That's not true. There's no spirits here. And she's like, no, I'm clairvoyant. And you're like, yeah, you're totally clairvoyant. And in walks her mom. And she's like, no, she's right. We just had to get a psychic in the other day just to read the energy in the room, because our entire neighborhood has been built on a burial ground and gravity lines are intersecting where our house is. So this is where you can feel them the strongest. And immediately my chest gets so tight. I don't want to think about this. Please don't tell me about this. I have watched too many horror films, and my mom keeps telling me the more you think about it, the more they come to you. So in my head, I'm like, no, this is not happening, and try to move on from it. Now we've put on the film Lost Song, and Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth, they're doing their thing, everyone's chatting amongst themselves, but I cannot stop thinking about this ghost that's in this house. I'm so petrified to a point where I literally asked my friend Gayatri to come with me to the bathroom that's right off the room so I can pee. And I leave the door open. And after that, it's almost nighttime. There's beds all around. There's mattress on the ground. My 2 friends are sleeping on the couch. And also early, 1 a.m. is quite early to go to bed. So I'm like, hey, let's keep these good vibes going. Because I'm petrified. I don't want to go to bed. But everyone's like, no, lights out. Time to go to bed. So I go to my friend Gayatri and I'm like, hey, can you please stay up with me. I am so scared. And immediately she's like, girl, I have to go to sleep. Like, good night. And I'm like, fuck, okay. Then I go to Arushi, who's on the couch, and I'm like, please, please stay up with me. I am so scared. She physically kicks me off the couch. So I'm like, okay, now it is me and my iPod against the world. So I put on my headphones and I play music on shuffle. And the first song that plays is called The Devil Within. And the lyrics go, I will keep quiet, you won't even know I'm here. Immediately, no thank you. I'm not listening to music anymore. Now all I'm left to do for the rest of the night is stare at a ceiling and think about this ghost that is haunting this place who will probably watch me pee at some point. And I'm not vibing, but what can you do? So I stay up until the morning, until the sun comes up actually, and then I maybe get an hour of slumber time. And in the morning, I'm like, okay, that was just a bad dream. Like, this is totally cool. There's no ghost. Like, I was tripping over nothing. And now I'm thinking the scariest thing I have to face is my dad when I go home. But little did I know what was in store for me. Now, a couple nights have gone by, everything's fine, and then suddenly at 3 a.m., I wake up, and I'm so scared. I'm having heart palpitations, I don't know what it's about, and I look over to my sister who's sleeping next to me, completely conked out. So I was like, oh, I don't know what this is about. After about 10 minutes of being scared and feeling like something's wrong, I go back to bed. But now this keeps happening again and again, where the next night I wake up and it takes me about 20 minutes to go to sleep. The next night takes me about an hour, and that continues on until I cannot go to sleep until I see the sun. And at this point, I am so tired. I literally cannot function. I have school. I'm 16. Like, this is pivotal time in life. And another thing that I'm really trying to not think about is that every night when I wake up, there is a presence at the foot of my bed. And I don't know what it is. And I'm telling myself that I'm psyching myself out, there's nothing really there. But then each night, it moves closer and closer and closer to me, till a point where the longer I stay up, it is right beside me. So I have to turn over so that I don't look at it. And I'm also thinking, if this thing is going to kill me, I don't want to see its face. So now this is the point where I'm also trying to find like a rational explanation for why this is, because ghosts aren't real, like they're just for movies. So I find out that there's something called sleep maintenance insomnia, and I'm like, yeah, this is what I have, this is what it is. And then I also tell my mom, I was like, hey, so I think something's wrong, I think I have sleep maintenance insomnia. And she tells me, hey, I know this uncle who does Reiki in our building, and I'm gonna go to him and find out what we can do about this. And the thing about Reiki uncle is that when my mom had really bad back problems, he fixed them, so I trust him. So she's going to Reiki uncle the next day, I'm going to school, and once I'm back from school, she comes to me and she says, yeah, so there is a spirit that has latched onto you. And immediately as I hear this, I'm like, what the fuck is my life? Literally, my chest is so tight. I feel like I'm on the top of a roller coaster, but now it's going down. So my insides are going into my stomach, and I cannot fathom that this is real. I'm also just feeling so violated because this thing has been following me around everywhere, and it wakes me up when I have to go to bed. So I am just extremely sad. So that night, my mom is also telling me that, hey, you don't have to worry about it. Reiki uncle's gonna do sessions for you. We'll go in person tomorrow. And the reason that the spirit has latched onto you is because it needs help passing into the light. So he will do that. You don't have to worry. And I'm like, okay, girl, easy for you to say. You don't have a spirit that's latched onto you. So that night, I'm going to bed. And this is the one night when I'm like, okay, please, please, please don't wake me up. Like, I know you're there. I fully acknowledge you're there. Just don't wake me up. I need one night of sleep. I could not tolerate this. And I go to bed, and like fucking clockwork, at 3 a.m., I wake up again. But this time, I can't open my eyes. I am somewhat paralyzed to a point where my brain is awake, but my eyes won't open. So I can't even do anything until my eyes finally open, and I reach over to my little sister and I tell her to go call mom. So she rushes, they come in. It's probably like 30 seconds, but to me, it genuinely felt like 5 hours had gone by. And my mom finally comes with a little rosary and she's like, hey, I'm gonna chant some Hindu mantras and you will be fine. And I'm like, okay, I got my mom, I got my sister, I got this presents right in front of me at the foot of the bed. What can I do? So eventually, I can hear my mom just chanting slower and slower and slower until she drifts into a slumber. And now all I hear is my mother and my sister beside me breathing. And I feel this presence at the foot of my bed staring at me. I mean, it doesn't have eyes, but I feel like it's staring at me. And I'm so petrified, I do not know what to do. So somehow I get through the night. It is probably the most terrifying night of my life. I feel like I can't do anything, I can't go anywhere. But it is over. The next day, we go to Reiki uncle's house. And I'm telling him all about it. I'm telling him, this probably happened at this time. This is what happened, and this is what I've been going through. He's like, yeah, I know. I've been doing Reiki for you, and you don't need to worry about it. I'm going to help the spirit pass on into the light. And then he gets his crystal out, and he starts cleansing my energy. And after about 15 minutes, he tells me, Neeyati, this spirit cannot physically harm you. So as much as you're scared, you don't have to be. I'm going to help it pass on to the light, and you may feel it here and there for a couple of days, but you will be fine. And this is the first time in my life where I feel like I am not crazy. Like this was actually a thing. And now I feel like I'm understood by somebody, and I feel because of that and because of his energy, I just feel a lot more at peace. So I go home, same thing happens, I do wake up, but this time I'm not as scared. He also told me to call on to my guardian angels, which I try to. So I'm feeling like I maybe have got this. So a couple nights go by. That night it takes me about 3 hours to go back to sleep. The next night it takes me about 2 hours to go to sleep, then an hour, and then one day I go to sleep and I wake up in the morning when the sun is out. And I feel like I'm at the end of the Conjuring movie when they go out and the sun is out, and I'm like, oh my god, they probably will not make a horror movie out of my life. This is amazing. I will probably be fine as long as I never go back to Akriti's house. And I just want to thank Reiki Uncle. He has since passed away. Perhaps he's here. So yeah, thank you, Uncle.